Okay, let's be honest for a second. I think every girl remembers the first time she noticed body hair and thought, okay, what do I do now? We know that some girls start removing it early and others later. Some girls shave, some others wax, some want laser. Everyone seems to have a different opinion. So today, I'm asking all the questions teens are too embarrassed to ask. Hello, Dr. Luciana.
Hello,
We're so happy to have you here today with us.
I'm happy to be here.
So the question we wanted to ask you is, should I wax?
Yes, of course, why not?
Okay, is it suitable for everyone, or some teenagers should be more cautious when it comes to waxing?
So, of course, there are some precautions to follow. There are some recommendations, but waxing is definitely okay for everyone. It's really safe starting your teen years, and it's a good, easy way to have at-home hair removal.
A lot of teens think they have sensitive skin. How do you know which type of skin you really have?
So it is common to have sensitive skin, even dry skin, and sometimes we are actually even using products that make our skin more sensitive. So in this case, we should always be careful when we start waxing, especially for the first time. So what I recommend my patients is always to do a test area. So choose a small zone, usually a hidden spot, for example, the side of your face if you're waxing the face, or a small area on the body, and do a test zone, wax this area, wait a few days before you do the rest of the area you want to wax.
Sometimes people notice that they have more body hair or facial hair than their friends. How do you know if that's normal, and how do hormones really affect the situation?
So part of it is genetic, especially in the Middle East. We have more body hair, I would say, than maybe some other ethnicities. But also, part of it can be related to some hormonal changes like puberty, which is very normal, but sometimes some other conditions like PCOS.
And how can someone really know if they have PCOS?
So there are some signs that can be clues. For example, if you have excessive facial hair or hair in areas where you normally wouldn't have them, for example, on the chest or on the abdomen. Also, if you have acne at the same time and irregular periods, then it's definitely recommended to see a specialist.
And do you think for the facial hair part, do you think it's better to wax?
It is definitely an option. I would also do a test zone, as we've mentioned, and I would make sure I follow some precautions. For example, I don't wax the same area multiple times to avoid any irritation.
So once someone knows that waxing is the right thing for them, the next question becomes, why are we choosing wax in the first place? There are so many options out there, like shaving or even laser, but I've heard that wax is not only about just hair removal, it's more like a type of skincare. Why is that so?
So when you are waxing, you are removing the hair from the root, so you will have smooth skin for a longer period of time. Also, when done right, it's a practical option, especially for teens that want to start hair removal.
So does waxing help improve the texture of the skin?
Actually, when you wax, you will have a light exfoliation of the skin. So this will improve the texture, and it will even help moisturizer penetrate more deeply into the skin.
Some people say that waxing can make hair grow back thicker. Is that true, or it's a myth?
This is actually not true. You have a genetic predisposition to the type and the thickness of the hairs that you will have. And actually, when you wax, you will have finer tips, so the hair is smoother and not thicker.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that teens make when waxing that stop them from getting the best results?
So actually, a big mistake is waxing a sunburned skin. So definitely if your skin is burnt or tanned, you should not be waxing it. You should wait until it has healed. This is the same when we have an irritated skin, for example, from using harsh exfoliating products. And another mistake I see is waxing the same area multiple times. So we keep waxing it and waxing it. Eventually, we'll have more irritation and redness than we're supposed to see.
So for people who choose to wax at home, what should they look for in a trustworthy and gentle product?
So definitely an easy-to-use product with easy instructions, something that is convenient and safe to use at home. I would recommend a product like Shamsa that uses trusted ingredients and has a long-standing experience in the market.
And why do you think Shamsa has remained part of so many women's routines over the years?
There's a legacy when it comes to Shamsa. We've all seen it in our homes. I remember even seeing it in my own home. So it's really passed down from grandmothers to mothers to their daughters.
So if someone has decided that waxing is the right choice for them, the final question is, when do we start? When is it actually normal for a teen to start removing hair? Is there like a right age?
There is no specific age to start. You can start as early as 12 years old, 13, 14 years old. It's really when the teenager is ready and is asking for it.
And what about laser? We've been hearing a lot about it. Is it recommended to wait or to start at an early age?
When it comes to laser, we usually prefer to wait until after puberty, and we wait until the period is regular. It's not recommended before that.
So after waxing, when does someone start their aftercare routine and what does the skin need?
It is important to know that we should wax a clean skin, so after shower is better. It is also good to apply a soothing and hydrating cream, lotion, or oil after the session, but definitely avoid any fragrances because they might be irritating. And what is very important is patients should avoid any sun exposure or sunburns and heat after the session.
And finally, how often should someone wax? Is there an ideal timing between the sessions?
So it will depend on the person and on the area, but in general, every 4 to 6 weeks.
And if you're watching this and you've ever wondered if what you're experiencing is normal, hopefully this conversation reminded you that you're definitely not alone.